my name's Adam if this is your first time here, and today I'm going to be counting down 7 reasons why Hulkamania will live on forever. Whether you love him or hate him, Hulk Hogan is the biggest name in wrestling history, and my feeling is that's going to stay that way for a long, long time. Hulk Hogan's really the only guy that's transcended into other genres. He's a pop culture icon. I can't even name the amount of TV shows he's had, whether it be Thunder in Paradise, or Hogan Knows Best, or his daughter show Brooke Knows Best, or even Celebrity Championship Wrestling, and I think he had a midget wrestling show or something. He's had a lot, and he's done countless movies. But aside that, this is not about why Hulk Hogan is great. This is the 7 reasons why Hulkamania will live on forever. Number 1, of course, has to be beating the Iron Sheik for the title. This is the birth of Hulkamania. Without this happening, there would be no Hulkamania. It's the one reason why it exists. Number 6, being Canadian, this at times was a little bit hard to relate to because it was Star-Spangled Red, White, and Blue, but his feud with Sergeant Slaughter. I honestly thought, watching this, that the war in Iraq was going to be settled at WrestleMania 7. Now, I am Canadian, so it was a bit different. We were in that war as well, but this was one of the most dramatic wrestling matches, storylines in history, but really what it boils down to is 2 of the greatest performers going out there and putting on one of the greatest shows that they could. This was really 2 guys at the peak of their abilities. It wasn't Hogan running the show or Slaughter running the show. 2 guys that really knew what they were doing, putting on a great performance, and they really did a great job, and it will be remembered forever. I actually heard, and it's a rumor, nobody really knows for sure, but the reason that they had to change stadiums was because they were afraid that Sergeant Slaughter was going to get shot by a sniper if they left an open roof. Now, number 5 is actually a precursor to WrestleMania, or sorry, to Hulkamania. This is Thunder Lips, Rocky 3. This was one of the big things that gave Hulk Hogan the recognition to create Hulkamania. And now that, Hulkamania may be coming to an end, Hulk Hogan really doesn't wrestle like he used to. This is one of those things that, in the history of cinema, people are going to watch this and they're going to say, who was that wrestler? And they're going to find out more about Hulk Hogan. In another, 100 years, they're going to know who Hulk Hogan is because this is a big part of cinema history. They're going to look back and they're going to see all the pop culture references to Hulk Hogan and Mr. T and all of that, the rock and wrestling connection, and just, they're going to know and remember how great Hogan was during our time. Number 4 at WrestleMania 6 is the Ultimate Challenge. This was Hulk Hogan passing the torch on to the Ultimate Warrior. If you watch this, this guy couldn't have done more to make this guy look good. He passed the torch on. He couldn't have looked more defeated in the end. And that's really why it helped Hulkamania to go past that point. Hulk Hogan, at this point, could lose and still be respected. People still wanted more from him. The fact that he handed the belt and was sort of big enough to hug him and show that they were on the same side and there's no hard feelings really did, as Gorilla Monsoon put it on the live commentary, was Hulk Hogan taking a huge step towards immortality. Number 3. The birth and end of the Mega Powers. I actually wanted to put this in 2 different spots, one being the birth and one being the end. The Mega Powers were a huge part of Hulkamania. I honestly think that Hulk Hogan's run-in for the save while Randy Savage was being beat up by the Honky Tonk Man and the Hart Foundation, while Miss Elizabeth ran out and brought Hulk Hogan in to do the big save. One of the greatest moments in wrestling history. It was the coolest to see him go out and Hulk up, and he kind of got a little bit, was a little bit 3-on-1 for a bit, but seeing the Mega Powers win that was awesome. And of course, this all boils over with a tag match later on where Miss Elizabeth gets hurt. Hogan goes back and helps out, is helping and tending to Miss Elizabeth. Randy Savage confronts him, and Randy Savage basically says, I can't believe you haven't asked me for a title shot. Come at me man to man. I'm not number 3 in this team. I should be number 1. I'm the world's champion. But the real boiling point is when he points into his eyes and says, those eyes have lust for Elizabeth. Number 2, of course, has to be number 2. This is the reason why Hulkamania is around now. Hulkamania was on the back burner for a long time because of the NWO, but at WrestleMania 18 it made a comeback, and it came back huge. This was Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. When the people showed that they want Hulkamania, they want to see Hogan in the red and yellow again, they want to be there. This was also followed up with, I think it was a 7-minute standing ovation in Montreal a little while later. Just incredible. Hogan, you know, this whole run afterwards, after WrestleMania 18, Hogan's run just shows that Hulkamania is still strong, and it's still strong today. Hogan's still out there today. Number 1, it's gotta be, and everybody knows what it is, I'm sure you probably could see it coming a mile away before I even started this list, is body slamming Andre the Giant. But more importantly, also beating Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. The reason this is so important is Andre the Giant had never been slammed or never been beat in 15 years. That, if you look into it a little bit, there's varying versions of that story, we'll say. But WWE's take is that that was the first time that that had ever happened. Also, according to the WWE at the time, he was 525 pounds. That's an incredible feat, right? So with that said, number 1, slamming Andre the Giant. Now, let me know what you guys think. If you disagree, if you agree, if you think something should have been on the list that I missed, let me know. Thanks, and have a good day.